Hello, it's me, Queen Sensitivity, and this is going to be a reading today for what reassurance do you need. This is the reassurance that you need. I thought it was going to be a pick a pile, but the answer is no. This is going to be one reading for the collective, because this is something that I'm feeling, but it might just be personal. But everything personal is ultimately impersonal. You know what I mean? It's something to share with everybody, but it's this feeling that I have where it's like I'm so sick and tired of seeing people who are wicked win. And I say this very lightly because we're all very multidimensional, and so you can't really say one person is wicked without saying that they're also wonderful. And you can't say, a person is wonderful without also saying that they're wicked. But you know what I mean? It's like the people who feed off of pain, who aren't doing the right thing, who aren't showing up. I'm hearing for the high priestesses, for the divine feminines, who aren't showing up for the divine masculines, like this toxicity being rewarded. I'm very sick of it. It's very annoying. And the message that I've been getting from Spirit is to keep going. And I've been keeping going with focusing on my greatness, focusing on that I am supported always by Spirit and nobody else can take that away. And I wanted to make this to voice that reassurance and to give people who are struggling with like that losing battle of just being, you do all this work and you try really hard to follow your gut and follow your heart. And it just constantly looks like the people who don't follow their hearts, the people who are causing pain, and the people who are manipulating and gaslighting are the ones that are comfortable, and they're the ones that are safe. They're the ones who have financial stability. They're the ones who have abundance and resources available to them. And I wanted to make this message for the other folks, the superheroes who are working so hard, being kind to themselves, showing up for themselves, setting great boundaries and trying. And they're the most important resource is love. And I feel that one of the best ways that this love takes shape is through other people supporting you and showing up for you. Because of course, ultimately you have to do it for yourself. You have to show up for yourself. But man, is it really helpful when you have a tribe, when you have people to connect with. And I wish I had a stronger tribe. And I know that there's been a lot of interference in terms of connecting with the tribe, your people, your folks. There's been a lack of support for people who are following their hearts, following the stars, doing the tough thing, which is often the right thing, taking the hardest road, which is the road that's less traveled by. And I wanted to make this video for them, for those people, for you. Hopefully if you're watching this is gonna resonate. So I was guided to do it like this because I wanted it to be a live initial pull, but I also wanted to shuffle first. So let's see, what is the reassurance that Spirit wants to share? Look at that. This one came out in the reading I did the other day. The Hydromancy, if you've seen that one. If not, I would recommend you go watch it. This came out. So speaking of tribes, speaking of people showing up for you, this is a sign from Spirit. Oh, the time was just 4:41, and this is 14. This is a message from Spirit of reassurance that you are getting the support that you need. You are getting the soul family that you need to be around you. I really didn't want this reading to be one of those fluffy readings, because I'm going to be really honest. I really hate it when I'm having a difficult time and I go online and I'm looking like what are some pick a cards that I can watch to give me reassurance, and then I watch them and they're like really fluffy and shallow. I don't like that. I feel like if you're gonna be doing something to help people, like legitimately help them, rather than just saying things that are very surface level. But it could just be me, you know. I don't want to be talking down on people because that's the message that they got, you know. Maybe it's just not for me. But I do feel like since I'm talking about it, that's important. Like there is this energy of like, oh my God, Kitty, I think he wants to come in. Give me a second. Yes, Kitty. Come on in. Come on. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Come on in. Yeah, you're welcome. Come on in. Hold on. So, speaking of caring connections, as I was talking about this, Kitty decided he wanted to come in, and then he immediately went out when I opened the door. So I feel like that's a message from Spirit. It's like people are showing up for you, and like, yes, there's a lot of shallowness. There's a lot of shallow, a lot of fake, you know, in the world. But Spirit interrupted me, and I feel like that's to say that don't focus on that. Focus on the depth. Focus on the possibility that miracles can happen, and real, honest to God people who love you and who want to celebrate you are possible. They may be an anomaly, but they are real. This is the reassurance. Remember that. They are real. And I'm also hearing, like, for some people, like for me, I feel like sometimes it feels like those connections have already come and gone. Like I've experienced really great conversations with people that I don't talk to anymore. And it's like, it's this feeling of like, you don't get those people back. Like once they come in, they go, you don't get people like that again. And so if you feel like that, Spirit is also saying that that's not true. There's still more to come. And you just might be surprised by, you know, the heights, the level of awesomeness that can be surpassed. I think we're going to get 2, 3. Okay. Huge. There we go. Oh Lord, don't shake. Please don't. Goddess of the Moon. I heard like soul sister, hostilities, and the thinking woman. So before getting this, the message is it'll all be worth it. It'll all be worth it. So I remember, I'm getting called to share this story. I remember a while ago, we used to like go to church, like activities and stuff. And I remember the people there would speak so persuasively. We'd go to these little luncheons. I don't know, I'm seeing this box. It's called Legendary Ladies. And I remember in Taylor Swift's quote where she's like, the ladies' luncheon. We'd go to these like things for like young women, because I was younger at the time, or young girls, to like inspire us and like become like a tribe, like I was saying before. And I remember I would have so much hope and I would believe what they said, and then they would never genuinely be there for me. Like I remember we went to this like Christian concert, and I love the band, especially because they were all Black people, and they were playing like poppy songs for the church, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I like begged and begged my mom to get one of their CDs. And I remember we went up to them after the concert, and my mama was $1 short of the CD. And I remember like they did not let us get that CD, even though we were $1 short. They were like, you have to go to the car all the way in the parking lot. Like, I think we went all the way to the parking lot, got the dollar out of like the glove compartment or something, and like they would not give us a CD for $1 short. And after that, I just got so disappointed. I think we listened to the CD like twice, because it just like, it crushed it, it ruined it for me. It's like they weren't in it for the sake of spreading love and joy through music. They were literally in it for like the business, to get money off of it. It was like this scheme. They were using Christianity and religion to monopolize. And that's just one of the many reasons why I have my beefs, my quarrels with religion, and specifically Christianity. This is just one of many experiences, but this is what I'm feeling with these cards. Like the God is like the soul sister, and then the hostilities, and then the thinking woman. It's like, it's this energy of like having to go through hell, like thinking you can trust people, thinking people will show up for you, thinking people will do the right thing, and they don't. This message in particular, I feel like, can be especially resonating for star seeds, because I don't know about y'all, but me, I feel like I was, and I still am, fairly naive when it comes to like hate, and how people can just be so malicious and so just deceitful. There's a crash. I'm still shocked a lot of the times when people tell me, I know, stories, or when people treat me a certain way, like when there are microaggressions, or people do something sexist, or people betray me, or people belittle me and gaslight me knowingly. They do it knowingly. And I'm just like, what? I can't believe it. Like every single time I'm like super shocked. And I feel like you have to go through like a lot of these people like that to get to like the gold mine of people. And I'm hearing spirits say that it'll all be worth it in the end. Because I feel like a huge part of this process is like reclaiming back your power. Like, because there's like this naivety, and so we sit back, we take these passive roles, and we kind of just like go along with things and hope that the dice will just roll in our favor. And then when it don't, you know, I feel like that's a call to action, because star seeds, in my opinion, especially, you know, specific star seeds, if you know, light workers, you're here to work. You're here to be warriors of source, be spirit's boots on the ground, as some people like to say. Like, you're here to make change, and you can't do that by being passive, by saying, oh no, you go first. Oh no, I'll wait, or you deserve it more than I do, so I'll sit back and I'll suffer. And so what happens is we get into these connections, or we have these experiences with these hostile people, and these deceptive people, and these people with like evil tendencies, and it makes us angry. And you know, your foot gets stepped on enough times, you're gonna end up kicking them. You know, you kick them and stand your ground, and that ultimately gets you to where you're supposed to be as that warrior, that cosmic warrior for truth. Attachment, community, I heard communication. We'll sit you here. little golden retriever, and Angel of Balance. So yeah, this is everything that I was talking about. So this is the reassurance that you need. Becoming detached to like removing yourself from these toxic situations, these toxic patterns, these toxic thought forms, these self-limiting beliefs, these doubts about yourself. And speaking your truth creates your, like, it leads you to your community. Speaking your truth, I'm hearing and I'm feeling, is very important. Like, speaking out about these things, these injustices, saying no more, detaching from that comfort zone of allowing things, setting up very healthy, very strong, very firm boundaries, attracts and attaches you to your community. And it brings in balance, because like I was saying earlier, specifically, I make sure to say boundaries and not walls, because I feel like walls imprison you, whereas boundaries free you. I said this a long time ago in one of my pick a cards, where I got this example from my professor, and he was teaching me on this class of psychology. He was amazing. And I remember he said, you know, he gave this example of like children at this elementary school, right? And there's this playground. And at first the playground, I think the playground had a fence, and then they took away the fence of the playground. You would think that with the fence removed, that the children would like go further, would play more freely, but they didn't. They actually clung closer to the school when the fence was removed. If you put the fence back up, they'll go all the way out to the edges of the fence to play, because there's this boundary of safety. Whereas you remove it, it allows other things, you know, to come in. There's more to fear, or more to be skeptical of, so to speak. And I love that example, because it's like, that's boundaries. You know, you put the boundaries, now you have more room to play, versus like a wall, like inside the building. It's like you're stuck in there. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's what I got called to say. I feel like I've already cleared a bit so far. We're going to get some cards from this Legendary Ladies deck that I was feeling called to pick up earlier. There is a bit of irritation here, I feel like, I think towards somebody's partner, but specifically towards like the divine masculine, or a man who isn't like showing up, is what I'm feeling. There's this irritation. I feel like it's in the field, because I was feeling that earlier. It's like, I don't know, it's like even the good, I hate when people say like, he's a good man and stuff like that. But, you know, just switch it to any personal person you have in your life. But this is what I'm picking up on. It's like, even the good ones have these like very harmful, toxic traits. And it's like, no matter what you do, like no matter how vulnerable you are, no matter how willing you are to heal yourself for the sake of this connection, they just refuse to. They all go to a certain limit, and then they like retreat and turn back. And I know I'm using very like I don't know, like final words. This is just a general assessment. This is something that I feel in the field. So I don't know. Let's get a message on that. What would you like to say about this feeling towards the divine masculine? One more, please, to clarify. Okay, that's way more than one more. We'll start with this one, because I saw this one earlier. And here it is again. So this is what I mean. Like, this is a universal like thing. This is like a broad thing that I'm feeling in the field, that's connected. You know, because if you tap like one point of the spider's web, it like goes out to all sides of the spider's web. And I was also hearing about like the feminine, like the toxic feminine. It's like, or the distorted feminine. It's like she has all these self-limiting beliefs. Like she's not good enough. She's not enough. She's not believable. I feel like that's a huge one. She's not believable. What she says isn't enough. What she does isn't enough, because she's constantly gaslighted, or gaslit by society. And so she like incorporates these beliefs within herself, and then like she doesn't hope, like she has very low standards. She doesn't hope for more. She doesn't have high expectations. And so it's like, then she tolerates this distorted masculine. And because she tolerates this distorted masculine, they never surpass that low, very low expectation. And so it's just like this cycle of this closed cycle is what I'm hearing. This closed cycle of never progressing, never going high enough to reach their full potential. And what I'm hearing is the feminine has to completely liberate, completely free herself fully. And then eventually the masculine will rise as well. And this is now, I'm talking about energies now rather than genders. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm seeing in my mind. But it's this feeling of like the feminine has risen, like she as in the energy, she's taken these like steps, she's done these strides, but for some reason it's like I can still feel this distorted masculine still like in the lower vibration, which is strange. So let's see. We have Allah, more morality. Yes, I brought up morality earlier at the very beginning. She's so beautiful. And Athena, wisdom. I'm going to read these. Allah is so beautiful. Wow. Excuse me. Queen, goddess of morality, fertility, death, and cycles. Allah is here to push you to align with your integrity. If you're in the right, she'll help you find justice. If you're walking the line, she's here to remind you what is right, even if it's not easy. So yeah. Ibo. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is basically what I just said. It's like, it's this force of the divine feminine. And I feel like even the divine masculine here is coming in to push and move and shove that lingering, lower vibrational, distorted masculine energy, distorted feminine energy, and push it up. And I feel like it's painful and it's gonna be uncomfortable, but it's like, I don't know, it just feels like they've been trying to push and coerce for a long time is what I feel like. It's like, I've been trying to get you to do it voluntarily for so long. Now push gonna have to come to shove. You getting kicked out, which is interesting because earlier I pulled the Tower card for myself, and then immediately after that it was the Magician card. So it's like the shove, but it sets you free. And so I feel like for this energy, I'll just say, or these energies that are still stuck, it's going to be tower moments. It's going to be moments of loss that lead to moments of clarity. It's going to be moments of like rock bottom to push up, because it's like this stuck energy, which I'm sure everybody can feel, and Queen Allah is here to make it happen. So let's read about Athena. I think I got to writing hers down. I think I'm a little hungry. Give me a snack after this. I didn't. Goddess of war and wisdom. Athena asks you to think strategically before you act. Use the wisdom you've gained from your experience to determine the path to the most positive outcome of your situation. I like how there's this little coliseum or house. I don't know. I like that that's there. So I feel like I was saying, it's like Allah is coming here to push it out. And then Athena is here, I feel, for the people who have voluntarily done this, because you see Medusa here. In Medusa, it's like you have free will, right? Until Medusa freezes you. And you turn to stone. And then you're at the mercy of whoever comes along and moves you along. And so I feel like because this is a shield, this is the people. Athena represents the people, the energy that has already voluntarily been pushing and moving themselves forward into higher states of consciousness, higher states of awareness on their own. And they have this protective shield to like deflect, and look, snakes here as well, to deflect any and everybody who is, I don't know, not doing that voluntarily. It's like, I'm gonna slow your roll before you come around me. And obviously, I've been seeing the owl a lot today because I was drawn to Drake. And you know, he does the OVO, October's very own. I don't know why I suddenly am having trouble speaking, but October might have been a very shifting month for somebody reading this, or like a month where you got clarity and decided to put your foot down about something. Or it might be the birthday month of somebody who is still struggling to move forward on their own. Okay, so we're gonna move on now to, which one? I'm like, I knew I had a whole bunch of cards, and like suddenly I can't find them. I found them. Who's ever still watching this, thank you so much for staying tuned. Feel free to leave a comment if you're resonating. Subscribe, share, like, all the good things. Is this upside down? Lord, it is. Okay. Yeah, do all the good things if you'd like to support me. There's information in the description on, you know, personal reading information and donations and stuff like that. All right, what is the reassurance that they need? What is the reassurance that they need, Spirit? Oh, Jesus. All right, we'll just leave it like this. Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups. Okay, this one, and then these three. We'll put these somewhere else. I don't know. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Wands. So this wish fulfillment that's coming in, or like, I feel like this string of good luck or things working out in your favor, are because you've worked so hard and you've come, because 9 is right there at the end. You've come to the end of that working hard, and it's like one little thing leads to something else, It's like your good luck is just gonna, your abundance is gonna just increase in like this little compounding way, like with interest, if that makes sense. It's like, first it'll be this little thing that happens, and then it'll be a slightly bigger thing that happens, and then it'll be a slightly bigger thing that happens. It's like over time, and in what's it called, like, oh, I'm having such a hard time talking now. That's how you know the energies are really strong. I'm like, what? They will, your blessings, your abundance is coming in a way that is increasing more and more in status, I'll say. It's compounding upon itself. And this is coming from your hard work. So as these blessings come in, I feel like if you ever feel like an imposter please, please go check your discography. You know what I mean? Like, you've really been working, and I feel tirelessly. And you deserve everything that's coming in. So I feel like really get into that space. 9-9 is important. So now we have the Ten of Cups, the Hangman in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse, the Fool, Hermit in reverse. So yeah, you're coming out of these standstills, because the Hangman puts themselves upside down to see things differently, and then the Hermit is like soul searching and staying to themselves. It's like these are in reverse. It's time. I feel like it's time for you to come out of the closet of being the one on the less receiving end, on the giving end, because that's what I was saying at the beginning of this reading. There's this energy of like being so fed up that the people who aren't doing the hard work, and by that I mean facing themselves, healing themselves, having confidence in their true self, not their false self, and their true self, who is liberating themselves, freeing themselves from societal limitations and societal expectations. That's hard work. Setting boundaries with people that you love, that you know love you, is hard. But it seems like the people who don't give a fuck, to speak French, like the people who just don't care, they're not doing any soul work, they're just going on repeating the same patterns, they're fine. It's like the abundance has been coming in for them. They always seem to be, you know, doing well. They are able to afford different resources. They also have, because it's more people who are like that, so they have like more people to, you know what I mean, like to agree with them. I don't know if that makes sense. It's more white sheep than black sheep, I'll put it that way. So like they have more of a tribe, they have more of emotional resources, even though it lacks in quality, they still have them. Whereas the black sheep, the people who are diverging from the herd, you know, is really lonely, and you don't have that emotional resource, you don't have that emotional support. Spirit is saying this is your reassurance that the people who've been working in the dark for the light are coming into the light, and the people who have been working in the light for the dark are going into the dark. I feel like you really need to hear this, really believe it, because it's this feeling of like somebody wanting to cry, because it's like you've worked so hard, you've struggled so much, and you've had to like sit and watch like these people who just don't give a shit, who are just very disconnected from spirit, from truth, from real love. You've had to watch them thrive. You know what I mean? Thrive. Because, you know, who's really thriving, right? It's been so false. It's been so inverted. And I just feel like it's just this feeling of like wanting to cry, because you're finally getting time to relax and to be cared for. There's that Netflix series Made, and it's like she went through so much struggle trying to do the right thing and leave her abusive partner and leave behind her abusive father and her abusive mother. Like, it's just all these terrible people. But it's like, even in that show, like her abusive ex-boyfriend, like he was fine. Like he had a house, he had his own property that he owned, he had his own car. It's like he was stable, he was financially stable, he had resources, he had people that supported him. And it's like her trying to do the right thing. She's struggling. She's a maid cleaning houses. She, you know, she sleeps in I think she sleeps at like the airport or something like that. It's like she's homeless. She's struggling so much to do the right thing. And it's like finally at the end of that long series, she gets rewarded. She gets something for trying to just create peace. Trying to create peace is so hard in a dysfunctional society. And it's been a long road. But I feel like Spirit is finally saying you're getting that space to be carefree, to be easygoing. Because nobody wants to put on those hard shoes and walk the hard path and, be so tough all the time. You just want to ease. You want to just have regular conversations without somebody attacking you because of some trauma they have unhealed and projecting shit at you and gaslighting you. You just want to be able to talk and laugh with the people. And you haven't been able to. Because like I said, everybody has all these wounds that they're not healing. And so they're constantly triggered by you who is awakening and awakened. So that's reassurance. Next we have, 6 of Wands. Rest assured victory is what I heard. Rest assured victory. This is a message that I keep getting. Spirit is saying, do not pay attention. Do not pay attention to like old realities when you've been creating new ones this whole time. Don't pay attention to any old false programs, old false scripts, still like playing out. You really don't have to worry about these people anymore and them winning. Just focus on what you know to be true, is that you've put in the work. You have a pure heart, as in you trust your gut and you follow through with your gut feeling, your heart. You follow your heart. So you have nothing to be worried about. I'm hearing that song Karma by Taylor Swift, where she's like, karma is the breeze in my hair from the weekend. Karma's a relaxing thought. That's what I'm feeling. Like karma's a relaxing thought for you. Aren't you envious that for you it's not talking to the other people? Karma's a relaxing thought for you. Because when the lights go off, you've been serving the light. And this is not about good or bad. This is about truth. This is about morals. And this is about serving humanity, serving source on a large and small scale. And that differs. And it takes a person who's willing to really go by and stand by what they feel versus what they think, what they want to think, what they want to be true versus what is true. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing effortlessly, I'm hearing. Effortlessly. You put in so much force to push this wheel. It's just going to be rolling in. That's what I was saying. Like, it's going to be cumulative. Like, you know how a snowball, you roll a snowball down a snowy hill and it just gets bigger the more it rolls? That's what it feels like with this Wheel of Fortune for you. It's a trickling effect. More and more coming in for you. For starting off small, getting bigger, getting bigger, getting bigger. Yep, Page of Cups. A new beginning and emotional connections. Legitimate, real, true emotional connections that they look kind of alike, this Fool and this Page of Cups. Yeah, connections that aren't heavy, that don't require you to do a lot of work, that aren't karmic and need you to go through all this shit to just get to the good stuff already. Oh, it's so annoying. All right, let's ask for any advice. What is the advice for this collective? Advice. I saw the Empress. Advice. 4 of Pentacles. I got that card earlier. So I feel like, yeah, walk away. This is a card I got earlier for myself. It's like, let go of fear. Let go of fear of limits, of losing money, of losing your job, of losing your house, of losing partners, of losing family members, losing relationships, losing, I don't know, health insurance. It's really hard to do, but also not. You just have to just continuously remind yourself to let go, which is hard. But then, like, once you get there, once you get in that space, it's really easy. Continuously walk away, continue to remind yourself. You know, one thing I'm picking up, I read this book, it's called It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover, and it's the second book in the It Ends With Us, I guess, series. And I guess spoilers, but not really. The main character, she had a list that she would go and read every time she was around her ex-husband, because, you know, you could forget, you know, that the reason why she left him. And so she would go and read it, like, remember, he did this to you, he did this to you, you're not safe around him. And she'd read it to herself to remind herself why she's doing what she's doing, because it's hard. And so I feel like you might benefit from that. Like, make a list of all the reasons why you should surrender, why it's important that you let go. King of Swords. So I feel like the Spirit's saying, continue to speak your truth. This does not have to be literally speaking like I am now, but it definitely can be. But like, it's like exude that energy. Exude the energy that you want to see in the world. Be the person that you want to see in the world. Walk the talk, talk the walk. Both of them. Like, really just stand in your truth and don't back down. Even when, I don't know, the world threatens you. You get threats from people. Oh, I'm going to take away this and I'm going to do this. Say, invite them to. Say, you know what, try. Like Medea said, call the popo, ho. Like, call the popo. Tell them. Like, I don't know. I feel like be like Medea. Like, really talk your shit. Like, really be about it. And as I said, this doesn't have to mean you fighting every battle with words or you going back and forth with every person. It can just simply be your energy. I'm not doing that. I don't believe it. Nope, you're not getting me. Firm boundaries, shield up, protection up, call in source light to surround you and protect you, solidify it, make it impenetrable. You cannot fuck with me anymore. Should be your mood, should be your attitude. No more. Keep that same energy. And then we have Two of Cups. So the final advice is to be open and to let love in, because for sure, it is showing up for you in a variety of ways. I'm talking about people in a coffee shop, people at your job, people on the street, people in the parking garage, people at the valet, people at the restaurant. Spirit is showing up for you with little favors and little acts of love and little acts of kindness to show you, hey, I am here, I love you, I see you, and you are worth it. You are worth it. So be open to these experiences. Be really aware of them. Because if you're still being closed off and you still doubt, which is fine, but you'll miss it. You'll miss when somebody holds the door open for you. You'll miss when somebody tells you they like your hairstyle, or they like your nail polish, or they like, I don't know, your skin. You'll miss it because you'll still be, you know, in a space where you're like expecting the worst. Be open, expect the best, but also just be neutral. Do you know what I mean? More snakes. I feel like snakes is the Ouroboros, new life, rebirth, fresh starts. The lion is very fiercely protective, but I feel like the wings is like from a higher perspective, knowing that everything is going to work out for you because it is and is. okay? Trust yourself. You got this. Everything is working out. I promise you. You know this. Don't worry about the haters. Don't worry about the fakes, pretenders, the jokers. You're going to pop out with a Bentley on them. I don't mean this literally. I just mean it, you know what I mean. It's like figuratively, with the figurative Bentley. But it's also a little baby reference. But yeah, this has been your reading. Please leave a comment if this resonated. Information in the description on different ways to support me, or if you want personal reading. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much to everybody who does support me, who watch all my videos, who be sharing and leaving comments, who follow me on Instagram. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for sending love to me. Thank you for your donations. I really appreciate it, and I'm sending that same energy back to you 1,000-fold. May you be blessed, and I'll see you soon.